Yeah, we've been gone for a long time. It's been
Hmm.
2 or 3 weeks, but needless to say, we've been busy with timeless stuff. Um, I don't know. We've been in New Salem, we've been in Washburn, Linton, our car
Dickinson.
Dickinson, 2 car shows. We both ran at the state fair. I ran on Timber Lake on Friday. So there's been no lack of derbying in our lives and or motorsports activities. So if there's any days in the middle of the week, pretty much for building cars or getting prepped for the next weekend show. So we do apologize to everybody that consistently listens to us. It has been a bit of a break, but we are
Yeah.
back. We are back. It's been I think we pushed pretty hard for 6 weeks straight with events every weekend, and then we rolled straight into running shows ourselves. So
Right.
it's been busy. It's been good though. Our shows have all been good. Spectator count across the board has been like phenomenal. I would say most of these places haven't seen spectator counts like that in a few years.
Not a while. I would say not. Maybe Washburn car
Right.
count or spectator was about the same, or maybe a little less. I don't know. I don't. We'd ever get the exact numbers, but everybody else we talked to said there was, spectator counts were way up this year. So, which is good. I think people are coming out to watch again. You know,
Right.
it's also helped around here that the temperature hasn't been 170,000 degrees either, like
Right.
last year was. The whole summer seemed to be over 100 degrees, which definitely hurt us. But overall,
Yeah.
shows have been good. Drivers have been good, not only in numbers, but just good to deal with, good to work with this year. Everybody's been behaving, if you will. I don't know, just different vibe this year. Everybody's in good spirits about Derby.
Right. Yeah. It's have some pretty consistent followers now with the point system. Seems to have changed some people's attitudes on where they run, which is great to see. That's kind of what we wanted to see out of the points. I mean, we got a lot of time invested into building up what our point system actually is between prizes and money. So it's good to see people chasing that.
Right, right. I mean, we don't need to mention any names, but we do see that, from guys, something
Right.
new, give somebody a reason to run here versus, I mean, don't get me wrong, big shows are cool, but, they serve a purpose.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, but statistically, your odds of making money are a lot better running your local shows,
Yeah.
especially if there's one that you can chase with the same, you can chase the same shows with the same build set with an additional bonus potentially at the end of it gives a different aspect of things. But
Right. Well, and
um,
our stock build set has been it's been received very well by the drivers because they're not building hard, heavy cars every week, and they can build
yeah,
a car week if they really want to. So, we're not seeing as much burnout, I guess, in that class as we are in some other classes.
right. Which is kind of interesting because you will see that, the other side of that is some of these experienced builders. You might see them drive a little harder than maybe they
Right.
used to because they know if they junk this one, they can have another one ready by next
Yeah.
weekend.
Right.
Or at least they know that they can fix it by next weekend if need be. So, which is kind of cool, but I don't know how many times I've heard this year from people sitting around like, oh, I didn't expect him to drive like that,
Right.
from certain people like, oh, fresh car, and it's heats and they go out there and let her buck. And you're like, well, he'll have it fixed though.
Yeah.
And they do.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, we rolled pretty much straight into our car show, which is one of our big events aside from the derbying. I believe we had 112 entries with, I don't know, 20, maybe a little over 20 cars on the side streets that never did register. All in
yeah.
all, it's pretty likely we could have had around 130 cars within the show. Two big food vendors sold out of food, both of them. Face painting lady, I don't know, she had ballparked 50, 60 kids, which in the span of time she was there, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Uh,
And it was free. And it was
free.
free.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, if anybody's watching that attends our car shows, um, Yeah, we paid for that up front. That way it'd be free for everybody that showed up. And I think a lot of people
Yep.
didn't realize that right away and didn't want to
Yep.
have to stand in line and pay for it. And then once it kind of word got out that it was free, then all of a sudden the kids came rolling in from
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah. Had the cornhole tournament, gave back to the Randy Mormon Fund in Glen Allen, which is kind of a cause we've given back to the last couple of years. I noticed we got a thank you letter today from
Yep.
them, which is awesome. We want to keep them a part of our day as well because they take up the morning portion with their 5K. And obviously the money goes to a good cause.
Mm-hmm.
It goes to like people in the local communities going through cancer, whether it's money for gas or treatments or whatever. So it's kind of nice. We give a little back to the community as well. So it's kind of all in all, it turns out to be a good day. It was a busy day. I'll be honest, I don't know if I ever did get to look at the cars because we were so busy. There was a
No,
lot of people, a lot of people.
other than running up and down, making sure people were parked or helping out
Right,
vendors, making sure they didn't need nothing. No, I don't think
right.
I
Yeah, we
actually
had,
walked around.
right.
Kind of hard to do when you cram all that into 4 hours. So
Well, that and every
yeah,
20, 30 minutes, either you or I, we were on the radio, doing
yeah,
advertisements with Cool 98.7 because they were
yeah,
live on site. So
yeah.
wasn't much time.
No, it's good though. I mean, I'd rather be busy on doing an event like that than walking around looking for something to do.
Yeah.
Good turnout again. Lot more first time participants, I guess,
Yep.
coming to show up though. To the kind of some of the guys that construction they have going on over by Hebron kind of pissed some people off, but nothing of ours. But
Right.
there's kind of a roundabout way you got to take to get in there from the people that were coming from the west.
Right.
Not the end of the world, but until you try to take an exit and end up having to backtrack back on the highway. But oh no,
Right.
good show, good turnout. Weather was great.
Yeah. That's huge right there. The weather.
Yeah, kind of scared me in the morning. It rained a little bit, but it it went its own way pretty
Yeah.
quick.
I already got
Um,
some ideas to kind of make it fresh for next year, add some new things, do something different, kind of
yep.
keep it fresh, not only for the participants, but for the community. So they keep coming so they don't see the
Mhm.
same thing year after year. So feedback is
It'll be
always,
yeah. It'll be a good. It'll be a good show next year. I
yeah.
think it'll be. I think it'll be a lot better. I mean, not a lot better. I mean, there'll just be a lot more to do next year. We brought a DJ in live this year.
Yep.
That'll obviously be staying. We do the bouncy houses. With
Yep.
the Guppies out of Glen Ellen. Thanks to them for doing that. But sure they'll be around. But add a little bit every year, make it a little
Yep.
better, a little more stuff to do. Get some more
Burnout
food.
contest is 100% next year.
Yeah, that's for those. Yeah, people keep
We
asking about
can't
that.
not do it. We can't
Yeah,
not do it anymore.
no, it's we got a spot to do it now.
Yep. We have
So
approval.
yeah, we didn't get a spot locked in until like 2 weeks before the show, and then with getting ready for the show, there just wasn't enough time to go through the proper channels with the city and everything else to make
Yep.
sure we had the approval from them before the show. So that'll be a next year thing.
Right. Yeah. And then was that Saturday? Yes, that was Saturday the 22nd. We rolled into Monday the 24th into the State Fair Derby, which currently Timeless does not put on. But so we ran in it because there's not many shows around here we can't run in. Um made the
Yeah,
trek up there. Well, you spent the weekend up there. I just made the trek up the day. But
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So I was signed. Me and my sister had signed up for that to run that way back when they announced it. Why, like you mentioned, said here, we've got 8 shows we put on. Well, we can't drive in our own shows, so that
Right.
eliminates a lot of the really local or central shows to us, without having to travel a little bit. So, and it was having, Sam threw together some classes of cars I had laying around like vans, So
Right.
like, yeah, let's go run some vans. I think they're fun. Um, so we were
It's
signed
fun.
up for that, and I had built that, and then we built our cars, and
I
then
ran one of yours.
yeah, Mitchell calls and goes, "Hey, you got another one?" Yeah, I got another one sitting next to my shop. Well, let me get a hold of Sam, see if I can run. Yep, I got a spot. Sam said he's got a spot, so Mitchell rolled one of my vans, and it was fun.
No,
We
it
had a
was
good
a lot
time.
of fun. Yeah, it's fun when you run with friends.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It was fun.
Well,
There
we pulled
was,
hardware out of there, that's always kind of the best option to come out of. And
yeah.
you
Yep.
know,
We all walked
Brady
away with
pulled
some
Mad
hardware.
Dog.
Hey man, it's all I was there for.
Yeah.
I didn't think they had one. And then, yeah, you guys got Mad Dog for this class. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Say no more.
Those always look the best on the shelf.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. No, it was fun though. I had a good time.
Do
I
you got
didn't
that
watch.
shoe shelf started yet in the shop there?
Not really. They're kind of just all over the place.
Mm,
My sister's got hers just kind of laying on the floor. It's weird though, because my derby career has like a massive gap in it of like 10
right.
years. Where if you go look trophies, I've got trophies from like 2008 and before that when I was in high
Mm,
school. Then when I went to the military and then to the oil field, I basically didn't derby for 10 years.
right.
And then, but back then they used to be a lot smaller, it seems. First place trophies are like this big, it seemed, you know?
Yeah, the trophy I got for the Vans is bigger than I won points. I have to go look at the what year, but I won it 2 years in a row, and like the trophy I won in Minot was bigger than both of my points trophies.
Yeah.
I won year-end points trophies. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
holy cow.
Even that trophy I got for tapping last year, you
Right,
know, I got fourth place and it was like, I can't
right.
show it on camera, but it was way bigger than anything I had from previous years. But no, it was good. Um, we had fun. Um, and then yeah, I don't know. It seemed there was 6 of us. That was good.
Seven.
It's a good
Yeah,
time, but I didn't get to watch. I didn't get to watch. I like to talk more about the heats, but I didn't get to watch
right.
a lot of the heats of the main show. Why not?
Yeah, just the first three, and I think it was us afterwards. You know, as soon as our heat was over, I was trying to load and get my shit tied down, and
Mhm.
I had a 2.5 hour drive home, so really
Yeah,
wasn't intending on trying to stick around too long.
yeah, yeah. We luckily stayed in town, but um, to be honest with you, I didn't go back and look to see who. We didn't stick around really for the end of um, the main event, but
Yeah,
um, Compacts Getzloff won again.
yeah. I
Congrats to
think
him. That was his second year back to back.
yeah, that's always cool.
Yeah,
That's
good
always,
show. Um,
yeah,
and then yeah, you know what? Typical. I know I talked earlier, well, off camera about how my trailer light's not working. Go to leave the
Mm,
show. It's 10:30 at night.
yeah.
No trailer lights, of course. Why not? Let's add to the chaos trying to get out of that place. Let's just,
Oh,
good God.
getting in and out of that place, not gonna lie, is kind of inconvenient, but
I know. Whatever. But yeah, and then you went and ran Timber Lake after that. So that was what? That was the next weekend. So that was last
yeah,
weekend.
Monday. Yeah, Monday we ran the state fair, and then that that Friday, that same week, which was last Friday, I got a wild hair, pulled a car out of the shop that was in the shop from last year in Elgin, and I don't know, pulled it out at like 8 in the morning, bladed it up, did a few different things, you know, did some bending
Mm-hmm.
on it with the payloader and went down. That was also a 3 hour drive for me. That was not a short drive by any means on a very rough 2 lane highway.
Yeah.
Got there very I guess different than what I'm used to around here. That makes sense. Just different how things were done, which is fine. Made it through the first heat. Track was pretty muddy. Just lucked out. Two of the first cars in the heat got hung up. Um, then me and another guy kind of pinned the third car. So lucked out there. Bent a tie rod, and actually it was probably a good thing it happened. The guy I won the heat with, he just made like one last, you know, they always make you bump kind of at the end, which they should make you hit. He hit me just kind of like for a crowd thing because that other guy was already almost timed out. Tie rod bent right there as he hit me. So I'm glad it happened right then. because I could go and fix it before the feature. Not that I get hit one time in the feature and I lose a tie rod.
Right. Right.
So yeah, that's kind of how that went. Went into the feature. Things were going pretty good. Car looks pretty straight. There was a little bit of maybe teaming, but totally understood what was going to happen. That's just the scenario. I'm from out of town, 2 South Dakota boys. I'm fully used to it, not a big deal. Went to go make a turn and the engine just, that was it. That was the end of it right there. Got home, looked, there is a huge hole in the side of my oil pan. So I'm assuming a connecting rod maybe let loose. Hard to say. Kind of sucks because I have a lot of car left, didn't even really hardly use it up. But what do you do? That's derbying. It's exactly how it works.
Yeah. My shitty part is plating up a car for a certain set of rules and having something stupid like that happen and then going, great, I can't run it anywhere around me.
Yeah, hump plates. I think I got 8 fix-it plates. I could run bumper brackets from the back of the bumper to the front of the spring pockets.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much firewall forward. Well, firewall forward, you could weld. So, I mean, it's pretty much welded firewall forward. Didn't bend maybe a little bit in front of the hump on driver's side. Other than that, the thing looks just like it did when I left the shop. So that sucks. I honestly wanted it trashed when I came home, and it's not what happened. But
yeah.
I don't know. Had to run in with I had running lights except for one or two were out in the back, got pulled over by the cop on the way home. Long ordeal. He made me drop my trailer in the nearby town. Had to do a sobriety test, yada yada. Passed. I didn't get home till 3:30 in the morning. So I think we dealt with the cop for a little over an hour. So I didn't leave Timberlake until, I don't know, 11 at night when we got done with the show on mountain time. So
we need to take a weekend and fix our damn trailers.
yeah, but I did one trailer this winter. I completely redid, and the other trailer I just worked on. It wasn't too long ago because we hauled hay home from Wing. Made sure all the lights work because when you go through Bismarck with load hay and hauling tractors, kind of a big deal. Everything worked. Just pulled to a mud run. Everything worked. One of those things on my way home, it didn't work. And of course, I had to be at 1:30 in the morning when the cops pulled me over. And I was mostly salty. I had to drop my trailer in a town where I don't know many people. And I had all of my tools on the trailer.
Yeah.
Kind of a tough ordeal.
Won't mention any names, but it doesn't help when you get passengers yelling, I'm the drunk one.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
Yeah, that didn't really help my cause. Probably why I'd had to do a sobriety test, but all is good. We passed.
Yeah.
Been a mad rush.
Well, yeah, it's been wild. We're both taking a weekend here to actually spend time at home doing home things. I haven't cut my grass, I don't think, in 3 weeks.
I cut my grass yesterday for the first time, probably since the first week of July.
Yeah.
I know for a fact, whenever you came out to my place, whenever that is the week before you came out for New Salem is the last time I cut my grass, and I just cut it yesterday. So 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 weeks. It was like a jungle out there.
Yeah. I was going to do it Sunday, and then I had to go pick up a car.
Yeah.
And then I was going to do it yesterday, but we didn't get home late. And then I was telling myself I'm going to do it tonight when I get home. Well, I had to go pick up 2 cars tonight and didn't get home till now, basically. So we're gonna shoot for tomorrow and hope that.
Yeah, no, I gotta do some family time myself. I think we're gonna go clothes shopping for my daughter. She's flower girl, my sister's wedding, and I don't know. I need some stuff and just groceries. Just haven't been home. I literally finally unloaded all of the trailers today. They've all been on trailers for the last couple weeks, and shops have just torn apart because I keep throwing cars in, welding them up, throw them on the trailer, throw another one in. So it is time to just clean up for the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
But we are doing some advertising. We're helping out. We got Beulah coming up this month. And then the week after, we're doing helping out with the motocross races now. We're doing some advertising for them. So if you want to come out and check out the Glen Allen motocross race, we will be helping advertise that. You'll see it all over our social media here coming up in the next week or two.
Yep. And we also, well, I mean, we got Beulah coming up,
Mm-hmm.
19th. Should be a good show. We got a lot
Very good. Yeah.
of people calling about that show.
Cool thing about Beulah,
Mhm.
which you don't see in many other towns, and I hope people hear this. Beulah has local support, not spectators. They have local drivers that they might not run any other show all year, but they will run Beulah.
Yep.
That is the coolest thing ever. I don't
Yeah.
care if you run one show a year, you run your local show, that's awesome. Because then you can't come to the show and complain about something. They're coming, they're showing up, they're bringing cars. I don't care what class. If you're bringing a car and you're from the town, that is awesome because you're keeping it alive for the spectators, for the businesses. You know, it's so cool.
Yeah, something you just don't see as much of anymore. Sad.
Absolutely
You see the
not.
drivers there at their hometown show. They just
Right.
not build them, but then they'll build cars and they go run, some other town, which is
Other
cool,
town.
to support whoever. But I don't know. I just
Yeah.
have a hard time not supporting my hometown show. I guess.
Right.
And if you don't bring your car to your hometown show, don't go to your hometown show, then bitch that there isn't enough cars.
Yeah. That's a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah. I mean,
It's a pet peeve of mine.
if I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, we'll leave that at that.
Yeah.
But Beulah coming up. Another thing that's kind of cool about Beulah, it's a little unique compared to some of the other places, is for the spectators anyway. You sit on a hill.
Yeah. So you look down on the track.
Yeah, which is kind of cool how that
Right.
venue set up. I don't know. It's the first year running it from Timeless perspective.
Yep.
Should be a good show.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we do have guests lined up. So if people are ever wondering, maybe the last couple have been just us, but I got a few guests. It's just been a scheduling thing. We've been ungodly busy. I mean,
Too busy.
other than Timeless, we do have full-time jobs. We have 9 to 5, so
Unfortunately, I wouldn't call it a night. Yeah, you better bump them numbers up. 9 to 5
yeah,
doesn't cover
well,
it.
it just sounds good when you say that.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
we're busy. Trust us. We're
Um,
between that and our property stuff and then our regular jobs. There's not a lot of time in the day. We kind of run out of time. But
trying
there
to
are
build
guests out
cars
there.
trying to build cars the last 3 weeks.
Yeah,
that's
that too.
the huge part of it. But yeah, I mean, before we get off to track here, I want to touch on these shows. So we do have, like I said, we got Beulah coming up.
Yep.
After Beulah, we're going to go to Tappan.
Yep.
Tappan, always a good show. Another show that it's just always been a good show. It's first year of us putting that one on as well, but
Yep.
it kind of sucks because I like to drive in that show. I've drove that show for years, but
Yep.
whatever. Still be there, just on the other side of the fence. After that, we're going to Tioga.
The 10th.
Yeah, the 10th. We'll be up in Tioga, and then of September. And then after that, we will be ending our season in Mandan.
Yes.
October 7th. We've had people keep asking, is Mandan happening? Yes, Mandan is happening.
It is happening. Contract to sign.
Yeah.
Money is kind of out. We just have to figure out how we want to split it.
Yep. The Speedway's busting their butts right now. They're trying to get more payout money. We got 15K confirmed so far. They're just trying to get a few more sponsors locked in, get the payouts bumped up. Yep. So that information will be coming out soon from Mandan. But yes, it's happening October 7th.
Right.
And that'll be a wrap for our year as far as promoting anyway. We're trying to hit
pretty much as soon as we're done, we got to start for next year.
Unfortunately, some people, some of the guys, some of the derby guys around here that we also hang out with and drink beer sometimes, they see it when our phones ringing all the time about rules for this, questions for that show, what times this start, what about this, are you guys going to do this at this show, or whatever, which is fine. But
The amount of people that call me during a show to ask about rules is crazy. It's like I'm in the middle of
yeah,
doing a show right now. I'll get
yeah,
back. I'll get back to you.
yeah. If you don't answer,
So
then if you don't answer
yeah,
right away, then you get called again and called again, or a
yeah,
text message. And it's like, I know you might be working on your car right now, but I'm standing on a berm.
right.
Um,
I
which
think
is fine.
yeah,
People get anxious, when you're building something, you got a question, can I do this? Can I not, can I do this? You want an answer right now. I get it. But sometimes it's hard. People get a little frustrated, and it's like, you got to give us a little bit here, check the
right.
schedule. If it's a derby day, probably not going to get back to you right away if it's questions about rules. But
Yeah,
anyway, um,
yeah. Throw our social media some love. Our Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. We're everywhere other than Motorsport Minute, Timeless TV, Timeless Motorsports on Facebook, and then just Timeless Motorsports on TikTok. I even noticed, I don't know if you've seen it, the county commissioner from Morton County, he's showing us some love. He's
yep,
he's been promoting our stuff, and
yep,
as of today, he reached out and wants to put all of our events in the calendar, in the county calendar,
yep,
that's cool. So we're being recognized kind of on a larger level now. So
yep. Which is good for, I mean,
good for everybody.
what,
The events might reach new spectators.
yep. The way you grow sport is by getting it, not just derby, but any sport for that matter, is by getting it out to more
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
We've got some stuff. We've got some projects. Like Mitchell said here once, unfortunately, once basically our last show is over, we're trying to get, which is October 7th. We're trying to get everything locked in for next year before January 1.
Right.
So we have five,
Mhm.
4 set. We have 7 weeks total, basically.
And you can take a week and a half out because we will take our timeless vacation. We go, since we are so busy all summer, we don't really get to take our wives anywhere. So we
Yep.
just a 4-day weekend, and then we'll be at Gold Rush. Can more or less call that a business trip. I mean,
Yeah,
because we'll be there visiting with,
we got
I
a
don't
lot
know,
of people to visit with when we get down there. So I
community.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's
So
fun, But we're going down to support that. We got some drivers here out of North Dakota that we'd like to go support and cheer on. I mean, not just here, but other places. But some guys that support us and come to all of our shows are going to be down there running. So we're going to go cheer them guys on, help them out if they need it. But yeah, it's it's crazy. Summer seems like it just got here, but we're already talking about planning for next year already.
crazy,
Good Lord.
crazy,
But
crazy.
anyway, that's what we got
Yeah.
going on, guys. Reach out to us if you got a question about a show or question, comment, something you want to see done, something you want to see happen at a show or a car show or whatever, hit us up. Let us know what your thoughts are. If not, we'll hopefully catch you guys at one of the events this year.
Yeah. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks,
Yep.
everybody.